How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at conspiracy theories that inspired real horror movies. Now, this is going to be exciting. I'm curious to see which conspiracy theories are there. I can definitely say there are going to be a few like Annabelle, The Conjuring, things like that. So we're going to go ahead, check it out, and see which conspiracy theories have inspired real horror movies, or true horror movies, as they say in the trailers. Let's check it out. I'm excited.
It's like conspiracy theories have never been more popular or more ridiculous. Nowadays, there are truthers who believe the earth is flat, there's mind-controlling chemicals in our toothpaste, and the royal family are shape-shifting lizards. Whether or not you believe in these outlandish assertions, conspiracies are a topic that millions of people are fascinated by. And as a result, it's not really surprising that many horror films have also been inspired by conspiracy theories.
Is that Jeffrey Dahmer?
I'm Ellie for What Culture, here with 10 conspiracy theories that inspired horror movies. Number 10, Area 51. As soon as construction began on Area 51 back in the 1950s, it felt like it was at the epicenter of all conspiracies. The official explanation is that the building was established to test experimental aircraft and weapons.
On aliens.
Since the ins and outs of Area 51 are shrouded in mystery, it has inspired every conspiracy you could imagine. There are theories it was built to study time travel, teleportation,
I don't know about that.
Manipulation. But since Area 51 was built a couple of years after the Roswell incident and UFO sightings were on the rise at the time, it wasn't long before the facility was associated with aliens. Some people who claim to be ex-workers of Area 51 stated that it houses spacecraft that are not of this world.
Holy shit. Wait, let's hear it.
Director Oren Peli decided to make a found footage horror revolving around the mysterious base, simply called Area 51. In the film, a trio of friends formulate a plan to break into the Nevadan facility to uncover its secrets once and for all. After they stumble upon alien ships, dismembered body parts, and a colony of sleeping aliens, the group realized that entering Area 51 was a huge mistake.
See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, imagine if there was a real-life Superman trapped in Area 51 that could be made into a potential homelander. That is crazy. Like, I'm super curious to know what's inside Area 51, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to personally go in there and find out for myself all alone, or even with a bunch of friends, because I'm probably gonna be shot dead right after that, if that were to ever happen. But that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Number 9, Jacob's Ladder. In Jacob's Ladder, Tim Robbins plays the titular character, an army vet who is haunted by his traumatic past. At first, it seems like Jacob is suffering from PTSD, which is a common condition among veterans. But as time goes by, Jacob's paranoia worsens exponentially. As he begins to have visions of monsters and a secret military experiment, Jacob struggles to tell who or what is real. Many viewers don't realize that the experiment Jacob sees during his hallucinations is based on a classified government program called MK Ultra. Although most conspiracies are unproven or flat out untrue, MK Ultra was a genuine experiment conducted by the CIA. From 1953 to 1973, the agency performed a series of immoral procedures on human test subjects against their will, hoping it would cause them to develop psychic powers. This program had the victims tortured, placed in solitary confinement, and injected with hallucinogenics.
Dude, that's crazy. So they were trying to make super soldiers, and it went badly, and now they got like people with, like, not even PTSD, like 10 times worse than PTSD. And now, like, they're suffering. That's cruel, man.
Uncovered in the 1970s, all officials involved attempted to destroy evidence that MK Ultra ever existed. Since documents about the incident were declassified in 2001 and 2008, many aspects of the grueling experiment are now on public record. Number 8, The Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind is a pseudo-documentary which looks at the mysterious disappearances that occurred in Nome, Alaska from 1960 to 2004. Some of these missing persons returned but were unable to confirm where they had been. Dr.
Aliens.
Tyler suspects that these people were abducted by aliens and so conducts hypnotherapy to unlock their memories. It may sound far-fetched, but Nome has had over 24 disappearances over the years,
crazy.
which is extremely high considering the town's small population. Unsurprisingly, this caused a devoted crowd of conspiracy theorists to claim Nome was a hotspot for alien abductions.
That could be true, you know.
In Nome to investigate these disappearances during the millennium, this convinced the tinfoil hat truthers even more that extraterrestrials were involved. When the investigation concluded, the FBI discovered the disappearances were caused by the cold. Nome is so remote there are no roads that lead in.
The cold? You're telling me 24 people who live in this town got lost because of the freaking cold? Come on. Come on. It's definitely freaking aliens, okay? It's freaking ET just taking you away and then having their way with you. I'm kidding.
As a result, it's not uncommon for people in the area to get lost. Since the region is Arctic, many people froze to death after straying too far from home. Of course, many fringe theorists dismiss this explanation, assuming the FBI only ventured to Nome to cover up any evidence of the abductions. Number 7.
Apollo 18.
In 1972, NASA's Apollo 17 lunar module landed on the moon. To date, it is the last time astronauts have set foot on the celestial body. Although an Apollo 18 mission was intended, it was scrapped due to budgetary concerns. At least that's the official explanation. For decades, there have been rumblings that Apollo 18 did go to the moon but never returned, causing NASA to abandon further expeditions.
What do you mean?
The film Apollo 18 is presented as newly discovered footage of the space mission and is interspliced with real NASA footage to make it appear authentic. While exploring the surface, the astronauts discover the moon rocks are giving off unusual readings. Upon further investigation, they learn these rocks are actually aliens. Weirdly, this concept is based on a separate conspiracy theory. Of the 270 moon rocks that have been collected in the Apollo missions, 180 of them have gone missing. Considering how rare they are and the safety measures NASA have taken to secure them, it is bizarre that so many of them have vanished for nearly half a century. As a result, there are some...
So you're telling me rocks are aliens? So when we go to the beach, like a moon beach, that just be dead alien ashes we're walking on? Not gonna lie, that's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
I believe there is a more sinister explanation for the rock's disappearance. Number 6. Communion.
Okay.
Horror novelist Whitley Strieber is best known for his book Communion, which he claims is based on his own experience of being abducted by visitors when he was a child. The book was a smash hit, selling over 2 million copies. 2 years later, it was adapted into a film with Christopher Walken in the starring role. Although the film adaptation shows these visitors to be extraterrestrials, Strieber never inferred this in his work, stating his abductors could have been military agents. Even though Strieber's story sounds fantastical, it was referred to as non-fiction, since the author insisted it was autobiographical. Unsurprisingly, many critics questioned the validity of Strieber's claims, especially since he has written fictional books revolving around supernatural creatures before publishing Communion. When the follow-up, Transformation, was labelled as fiction, Strieber was furious, believing people were attempting to discredit him. He has written 4 more books about this experience and several other novels revolving around other conspiracies such as UFOs and the Roswell incident. Number 5. Society. Ryan Uslow's body horror flick Society centers around a paranoid teenager.
Wait, comment down below, guys, if you guys think his book was real or not. I think it's real just because I would like to imagine it's real. Okay. Because, I don't know, it's kind of cool thinking there are aliens in the universe. Like, you know. So comment down below, guys, what do you guys think? Is it real or not? I'm curious to see what you guys think.
Despite the fact his family are wealthy and respected by the social elite, Billy doesn't trust them. When he sees his sister and his girlfriend contort their bodies in an
his sister kind of bad though, or his girlfriend,
his are keeping a dark secret from him. In the final scene, he comes home to find his parents and their friends taking part in a sacrificial orgy. Billy learns that his family and their entire social circle are a shape-shifting species who secretly run the world. They claim that many historic figures like Julius Caesar and Genghis Khan were of their kind and used their power to shape the world to their liking. Now, the concept of a secret order manipulating world events has been around for centuries.
The Court of Owls. The Court of Owls. I'm telling you guys, there's a real life Court of Owls somewhere in the world. I don't know where, but that's definitely happening somewhere in the world. I don't know about the shape-shifting part of it, but the weird part of it, the orgy and all that shit, that's definitely happening somewhere in the world with the elite or some shit. It's weird. It's definitely hella weird, okay?
Thank New Age theorists like David Icke, the idea that the world is run by blood-drinking, shape-shifting lizards has never been more prevalent. Icke and many theorists of his ilk claim this subspecies have been a part of every powerful group in history, including the Merovingians, the Rothschilds, the British royal family, half of Hollywood, and most of the music industry.
So you're telling me, and the Sidemen, hypothetically, we have KSI, who's a shape-shifting lizard. Then you're telling me in BTS we have these, we have like shape-shifting singers. You're telling me Taylor Swift could potentially be a shape-shifting lizard? Nah, bro, that's whack.
No, the pyramid. Since the dawn of human civilization, people have been fascinated by the pyramids of Giza. After thousands of years, archaeologists have yet to excavate every section of these towering monuments. Since there's so much more to explore, there are theories galore about these ancient edifices. Were they built with advanced technology that has been lost over time? Who built them exactly? Was it a lost civilization? Aliens? Canadians?
What the hell is that?
Did the pyramids
Canadians?
or did they have more sinister?
Lost civilization? And they go straight to aliens. Freaking Canadians. Nah, that's a violation.
Yes. Naturally, it was only a matter of time before someone made a horror movie about Egypt's most iconic buildings. And 2014 saw the debut of The Pyramid, which revolves around a group of archaeologists who discover a secret pyramid buried 600 feet below the Egyptian desert. As they explore the newly discovered cenotaph, they learn the pyramid isn't a tomb. Instead, it served as a prison for the ancient Egyptian deity Anubis. Even though the pyramid has an interesting premise, it fared so badly at the box office that its studio refused to release the film in most countries. Number 3. Signs. In Signs, a faithless reverend wakes up one day to discover crop circles in his cornfield. Although he suspects it's mere vandalism, he eventually learns the patterns were formed by aliens.
Of course.
Crop circles may not be a hot topic anymore, but during the 1970s, they
Why does it look like
talked about.
Nah, bro, these aliens are hella freaky. Why does that look like a freaking ding-dong, bro? What is that? Freaky aliens. Freaky aliens.
On the planet. A crop circle, in layman's terms, is a pattern formed in a field by flattening plants. Because crop circles are so intricately complex and appear overnight, many fringe theorists suspect that they are the work of extraterrestrials. Other theorists suggest the formations could be caused by irregularities in the field, meteorological interruptions, pollution, or wallabies. No, really, that's not even a joke. But it's likely this phenomenon has a much more rational explanation. In 1991, self-proclaimed pranksters Doug Bauer and Dave Chorley confessed to creating at least 200 crop circles around the UK over the last 13 years. They even recreated some of their arrangements in front of journalists who validate their claims. Even if crop circles are nothing more than an over-elaborate prank, it still managed to inspire a plethora of conspiracy theorists over the years. Number 2. Devil's Pass. In Devil's Pass, a bunch of American students trek through a mountain range to investigate a group of hikers who died
Always the American students.
The film takes this mystery to the extreme by incorporating as many bizarre theories as possible, including the Philadelphia experiment, mutants, time travel, wormholes, and teleportation. As crazy as that sounds, the story is based on a real event known as the Dyatlov Pass incident. In 1959, 9 mountaineers mysteriously died while climbing the Ural Mountains in Russia. When the bodies were found, it was clear 6 of them died from hypothermia. However, 3 of them were killed by physical force. 2 of them were missing their eyes, and 1 of them had his entire tongue removed. For 60 years, nearly a dozen separate investigations tried to get to the bottom of this tragedy. As the Dyatlov Pass garnered media attention, it wasn't long before theories circulated that the group were killed by an untested military weapon, a Yeti, or an alien. In January February 2021,
Holy
nature
shit.
scientist Johan Guam completed a study confirming the hikers were likely killed by a freak avalanche, and he devised this hypothesis by observing how the snow moved in the Disney film Frozen. Number 1.
What?
They Live. In John Carpenter's They Live, a drifter...
That didn't make any sense, by the way, using a freaking Disney movie as a hypothesis.
Stumbles upon a pair of sunglasses that allow him to see subliminal messages planted all over the world by aliens. After he realizes these creatures are brainwashing humanity, he tries to warn everybody but is repeatedly ignored. Carpenter's film may have only been a minor success, but became a cult classic. Although the horror masterpiece is praised for its funny dialogue and astounding fight choreography, it's the premise that viewers were blown away by. Despite the fact Carpenter intended the story to be a commentary on Ronald Reagan's failings as a president, many viewers thought otherwise. Neo-Nazis saw They Live as an allegory for how the Jewish community secretly control the world. Unsurprisingly, the director repeatedly shut down this claim. But it didn't stop there. Decades later, countless self-proclaimed truthers insist that Carpenter's work serves as a warning that the New World Order, Illuminati, or literal aliens are living among us.
You know, that's actually not far, that's not even like far-fetched if you think about it, right? Like, everything is kind of controlled by something, in my opinion, and it's kind of freaky for sure. So there is some truth, I believe, to this specific movie. Like, comment down below what you guys think. Is there some like, if you think about it, right? If you think about it, like, cancel culture and everything's been happening so frequently for people who are becoming like really successful by themselves. Now, I know they may have said like things which may be outrageous, things like I don't know, like what like just things that might be outrageous, right? But they're hella successful and they're getting cancelled. So someone definitely wants some silence in a way, if you think about it. So like there is truth to this, okay?
Now that social platforms like Facebook and Twitter have made it easier for conspiracy theorists to share their beliefs, They Live has become more popular than ever in recent years. And sadly, it's all for the wrong reasons.
Oh my god, that is definitely like one of the most interesting videos I've seen today. And it's crazy, like, especially the last one really caught my attention, because if you think about it, that's happening like literally everywhere in modern day. Like, we have like now people becoming more aware of this. If you see on social media, like, you know, like, not to be corny or anything, like Escape the Matrix and all that BS is now becoming a lot more open to like to the mass majority. So if you think about it, that's definitely happening in a way. But I'm curious to see what like you guys think. So comment down below, let me know which one makes the most sense. I think this one, and most of them are alien ones. So it's kind of cool to see aliens around, I guess, in a way. I'm not sure how cool it would be if we had, you know, came in contact with them, but it's pretty cool to think about, I guess. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think.